Okay, this is not going to be a lengthy tutorial. Just something I notice when I'm teaching at school is that when someone comes to draw something like a leaf, they may get the general shape of it fine, but then when they come to start adding something like the details, they then start really drawing in things like this. And this is about the limit of what they're able to conceive of, really, is that they're drawing the lines to get the fact that you've got these kind of shapes that come from these kind of branch structures within the leaf. But what they fail to recognize sometimes is that actually they've gone about it entirely the kind of wrong way, because when they start adding shading, a lot of the time you're just going to start losing all those details that you've put in. Now, if you look at something like a leaf under certain light conditions, what you'll notice is that you will actually have, in a lot of cases, thicker kind of gaps between some of those shapes. So let's just say that you've got a section here, you've got the divides, the kind of branch system that would be on a leaf. What you would actually get, if you actually study it correctly, is a gap between different sections. So the shading should be, in many cases, either side of the actual branch structure. So instead of having a shape like this with dark lines for the leaves, which is fine for a kind of basic leaf image, what you will notice in actual real leaves is that generally you're going to have a pale structure in the center there. And admittedly, it takes a lot more effort to get these kind of structures, but then the effect is going to be that much more realistic too. Now, obviously coming off those, then you're going to have even smaller systems or smaller branch structures that come from it. So it really is quite time consuming to draw it this way, but doing so is going to result in a better image. So I'm going to show you a little bit of the kind of effects that I'm talking about. I'm not going to draw a whole leaf, but just show you how it's the effect of creating shade on either side of the branch that really better reflects and more accurately kind of depicts what you would see on a real leaf. I mean, this is not something that's exclusive to leaves. It's just something I've noticed that happens quite a lot in this particular kind of subject matter, but it's something that appears in all sorts of things that you may be looking to actually draw. But you just got to really observe where the light and dark areas are actually growing or are actually meant to be put, and not ignore them and not try and find a shortcut that isn't actually accurate. Now, admittedly, when you're drawing something, you are looking for shortcuts, shorthand for trying to get, an idea across in a lot of cases, but sometimes your shortcuts are not actually getting the point across in any sense, kind of in a realistic way. What you're after is a shortcut, but still retaining a sense of realism, really, as much as possible with drawing. Not in every case, but assuming that that's what you're aiming for, you want to really try and get to grips with doing something in a realistic fashion, then you need to look at tone in a really more sophisticated way. And it isn't always about the ability to go, from dark shading and releasing the pressure in the absolute sort of smoothest way. That's not necessarily what makes good tone work and good shading on a finished drawing. It could be quite scruffy, really. I mean, even the shading that I'm doing on this as an example is not the neatest shading in the world. It's not really the point. It's about creating an effect, and if it's actually creating the effect, then it doesn't matter how neat it is necessarily if the effect is created, because you can be the neatest sort of shader in the world, but unless you're accurately putting the kind of light and dark areas where they belong, then the overall effect is not going to look accurate. So as neat as it may be, it's just not going to look right. Now, I'm not copying from anything here, so I'm just familiar enough with the concept of how leaves actually branch off. I'm just trying to show you the difference between this kind of effect and this kind of effect. So you can see I'm really being quite untidy now with the finish, but still, even when it's untidy, the effect is superior to that kind of effect. So this is the kind of effect that I'm talking about. I'm not going to spend any longer on this one. I just wanted to communicate the concept that sometimes it's not about the lines that you apply, It's the gaps in tone rather that actually create pale lines. It's not like you can apply pale lines very easily unless you're going back over it with some kind of eraser tool or eraser if you're doing a traditional medium. But actually, I think sometimes it's better to apply your tone in the correct places to begin with and actually naturally create the gaps that may exist on a kind of leaf structure. Now, this isn't copied, so this isn't 100% accurate to anything, but I'm just trying to demonstrate the difference in approach. And this is, how you're going to achieve something in many cases that is going to give you a better finish or more kind of accurate representation of the realism that you may be going for. Anyway, I hope that's useful. Check out my other videos. There'll be another full-length tutorial tomorrow. I shall catch you back here soon.